immediately become the favourite. That's the mission of this video. Hello. Found me. I've decided to do a thing. I wasn't expecting to do another Christmas video before, well, Christmas. Long story short, there's a couple of lads that are going to be at a family gathering that I've never actually met. That means I don't have the opportunity to be the favourite, and I obviously need to be the favourite. Best way I know how to be the favourite is to do what I know how to do best, which is to make robots in a ridiculously short amount of time. It's completely on brand for me. So it's currently 12 minutes past 1. We are travelling down crack of dawn tomorrow morning, and I have started probably about 10 minutes ago. My plan is make some little flipper robots. I've got some servos, got some components. I don't know, I start everything in CAD, so that's what I'm doing. If I sound like I'm full of cold, then I'm sorry. Cold and flu, you know, on hand. I've got to kind of get on with it. So. The diggers have bonnets. Diggers should have bonnets. If they don't, just want a little bit of detail on it because it will make it look a lot more like a toy. I've definitely got Lego on the brain. Everything I want to make at the moment that's like toy themed, I feel like needs to have little pegs. Just feel the right vibe for this. SolidWorks, if you're watching, I'm so stuck in my ways. I can't imagine changing to something else right now. Let's try that again. Reference plane. What are you doing? I have decided to complicate this a step further. The bodies need to be leaning in on the sides. So go right back up to the top of the feature tree and stick a draft on it. Don't you bid on me. Telling me there's something wrong with the model, but there's nothing. Like, it won't then tell me. It's a calm video because it's got potential to accidentally be really hectic, and I don't want it to be really hectic. It's meant to be Christmassy and nice, and I'm making little robots for some lads. But I am quite stressed. I think from an engineering standpoint, I'm excited by doing big proper wheels with maybe like gears, but from a sensible, being robust against 5 to 7 year olds point of view, I should probably have fake wheels and then make the ones on the side purely for fun. Don't know, and I need to know in the next like hour or two. I don't really want to have a linkage that kind of cuts through all of the shapes. It'd be nice to keep all of that preserved. I'm just debating if I chop the front wheels out of this, make the real ones actual wheels, the driving wheels. If the whole front was a big digger bucket, then my problem is I've then got to actuate the digger bucket relative to the robot chassis. But if I were to make the whole robot chassis go up and down and like bop by pushing the servo lever down into the floor, it'd be so visual because the whole thing would bounce like this. So to get underneath the opponent, you just got to drive forward and then like buck the whole robot or digger or whatever it is that I'm making. Like that. Let me just make it not transparent. Yeah, vibes? I don't know. We're getting there. Still not enough clearance. Fine. It's feeling a little bit McDonald's. Just to clarify, this is not being sponsored by Ronald McDonald himself. Is he called Ronald McDonald?
I don't know.
It's hard to say when you got a cold. Ronald McDonald. Quite a lot has happened. Thing has turned into like a battle tractor. That's the vibe I've ended up going with. Honestly, I'm really happy with this. I'm excited by it as a 28-year-old. Yeah, in terms of actually getting it done, I have the servo positioned inside. I've got the motors positioned on the gears and all that stuff. I actually have some ant weights that I've already built that I think I'm just going to nick the electronics from because I'm just so out of time. I've gone way overboard, but it's been a good hour or two, and I'm honestly so happy with how they look. They just immediately, to me, read as a fighting tractor or something like that. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. So basically it comes down to printing and then harvesting electronics, and whether I can get that done in time. I'm thinking a red one and then a green one, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just thinking of what filaments I've got. Christmas colours are red and green. I do this, I get a bit carried away. I urgently need to get printing. It's gone midnight and I have got some test prints now finally. I'm going to print the green and the rest of the red. I've got 2 chassis. I'm going to get up in a few hours. We need to get off early anyway. And then I'll see. I'll give it a try, see if I can get it done. But at this point, I probably should just be sleeping. The plan is I'll try and finish these things this evening and we'll play with them tomorrow on Sunday. Are you happy about my life choices? Right, in here I've got the whole world basically. By the whole world I mean half of the cellar, half of my tooling, and hopefully 2 mini robots worth of parts in 3D print form. I chucked all of this in genuinely about 6 AM this morning. Lads are out in the park for probably about an hour, and then there'll be another slot of time hopefully this evening. So I need to unload everything, figure out where I'm at, and I don't really know where to start. My first job is to strip the electronics out of these 2 X-fighting robots, or at least in this case, I never actually fought with them. Could resolder this from scratch, but I'm not using these. Why would I bother? This one is ready to go functionally, except I need to change the servo and the motors. The actual power distribution and control boards are going to be transferred straight over. This one needs a bit more work. I need to break into this brick. It's a slightly different receiver, but I need to add power for the servo, for the tractors, and change the motors as well. I'm going to start with the soldering because even if the prints fit together, that's kind of irrelevant if they don't move. We've been kindly donated a baking tray to solder on by Tori's mum, and yeah, let's get some smoke going. One thing I forgot in my frantic pack this morning was helping hands, but we'll make do. It's not the first time. That's not warm yet. In fact, it's not even on. It's going really well. So my drive motors are working, but they're on independent channels, so I need to mix them. This is the little servo that was in the little robot that I built previously, so I need to change that. Okay, it is now 19 minutes past 8 in the evening. We're on a time limit because they are currently out looking at Christmas lights. So we've got probably about, what, 20 minutes? Something like that?
Yeah.
To move everything downstairs and then close the door on it and then pretend that nothing happened. Last thing you saw me do was get these motors twitching. I need to do the same on the other robot, which is here somewhere. I think I hid it. Anyway, we've got a huge operation to move everything downstairs, so that's what's going to happen now. Good night.
Let's get you into PJ.
Didn't you forget to say good night? Good night.
I did.
I mean, I'm not going
Oh no,
to
she's
bed,
going to bed, is she?
Good night.
Some rumblings upstairs as certain small people go to bed. I don't have my wire strippers with me, I forgot them. Works especially well if you've got a gap somewhere in your teeth. I mean, honestly, perfect. Learned that from my dad. Right. Benefit of making robots at Christmas. It's tasty brown sludge. So that's all working, which is pretty cool. The next thing I need to do now really is get at least one full transmission side built. I want to see the wheels go round. Yeah, wheels and tyres. That's pretty awesome. And you should be able to see that that wheel is actually not touching the ground. So it's essentially 2-wheel drive, but it looks 4-wheel drive. That's what I've gone for. I'm starting to feel like it's getting pretty late, but I'm really happy with how this thing is looking. For this whole project, all I'm actually doing is tapping straight into the plastic. So it's just M3 bolts, because I've got loads of them, tapped straight into the PLA. You know what, if they come off in combat, all the better. Be a bit fiddly of this. Should just go in like that. I mean, I'm quite excited by that, so. 12:13 in the morning on reveal day, I guess, Sunday now. I'm speaking quietly because everyone's gone to bed. To be honest, everything seems to be going okay, so I'm not too worried. Into the second tractor, the green one. Okay, it's 1:26 in the morning, but the robots are done. They work, they drive, they flip. Tori's done an awesome job of making the arena look cool. So we're gonna get some sleep, and then it's battle time in the morning, hopefully.
Okay, a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, it's but maybe 3 long, so an extra middle. How does that look? Ow! Walked through the door, got excited.
What is this? Is it on already? Is it on?
Let me show you. These are little toys that I've made.
You made that?
You know, I've been saying that I've been working, and so I've been too busy to be able to play. I've actually been making this. So shall I show you how to play?
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have some battles. So you've already figured out how to turn them on. Right, there's some rules, okay? So just this one and just that one, no other buttons, is that all right?
Yeah.
We're just gonna let you figure out how to use them and then we'll figure out some battles?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. There you go, brother's figured it out. Press 3 again. Okay, so that's your little action. So your goal is to try and get your brother to get out of the arena. There you go. Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow! Whoa! Amazing! Whoa! Sumo! Whoa!
You're the judges.
We're the judges.
Yeah.
We're the judges, exactly. Can you see we've got team scores here?
scorecards.
You can see is with these little transmitters, you don't have to go fast every single time. If you press it just a little bit, the tractor goes really nice and controlled. Can you see that? Okay, Steve is going to be our judge. That's Steve's feet.
Partial judge.
What, we should name ourselves?
I mean, I'm having a bit.
Yeah! I did it!
You did it!
Well
I got
done.
him out!
Final round of you versus me, okay?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. I think you found the technique. Whoa!
Oh man.
Whoa! How'd you do that? And again, and again! Oh, might be a design flaw, that.
Very good.
The house has fallen quiet because the boys have gone home. I'd say these were a success. So if you enjoyed, thank you very much for watching. Merry Christmas. What's this? This is the behind the scenes. Can you help the people understand what I'm doing right now?
So they're basically so what he's trying to say is that he's putting the batteries into the car, and can you see these that bit?
Yeah.
That's the batteries.
Very good.